Hi, in this video, we'll be exploring Google Chat, and I'll be taking you through its features with special attention on group messages and rooms. Okay, so let's access Google Chat. On the left panel, you can see here your status. If you click this, you can mute notifications to your desired time, and you can also see your notification settings. Below that, you have a search bar wherein you can find people, rooms, or bots. You can also create your group messages and rooms in this option. Now here you can also find people wherein you can see the group messages that you've created and that you're part of. Also, you can see your rooms. Right here, I have a room entitled Google Productivity Apps. So we'll get to this in a while. And you can also see here your bots. Okay, so but we're not going to be discussing this. We're only going to be focusing on group messages and rooms. Okay, so how do we create a group message? Again, go to the search bar and then just click on group message. There you go. So you'll be prompted to type someone's name or someone's email, and below here are suggestions. So I just want to click on some suggestions here, and then I could just click message, and then my group message will be included. Now, here there are some interesting functions that might be useful for you. Like on this side, you can see here toggle history. So right now, the history is off, meaning that messages are deleted after 24 hours. So there's only a certain time limit where you can go back to your messages. Next to that, you can have the option to upload files from your computer or to add files using Google Drive. And here's another interesting function. Google Meet is integrated in this chat, or in Google Chat rather, wherein you could add a message, or you can just simply click the Google Meet icon to set a meeting through Google Chat. Okay, and you also have options to add emojis, right? Now let's take a look at rooms. Okay, so how do I add a room? Okay, so I could just go again to the search bar and then create a room. And then I'll be prompted first to create a room name. Let's say I name this room number 2. And then here, if you are part of a domain, since I'm using Google for Google for Education, right, or G Suite for Education rather, I have the option to allow people outside my organization to join, or I also have the option to just keep it to my organization. Okay, so I won't be clicking that. I can just create a room, and then it's going to take me to. Okay, so I'm going to discard the message, and it's going to take me to this. So the interface is quite similar. Okay, you can message people in the room, but there are a couple of key differences. Okay, so let's go to my Google Productivity Apps room. So as you can see, this room has certain functions that group messages don't have. Like for example, if I click on a group message over here, you can see that it's just continuous. The messaging is just continuous. They are not included in boxes like what you saw in the rooms. If I go back, you should notice here that the first message in each of these boxes are the threads that I created. So here in this first box, I asked, what is your favorite Google app and why? And all of the replies will be included only in the box where the thread has started. Okay, and you can have multiple threads. You can follow or unfollow threads if you wish, and you can reply to threads with interesting options like the one in group messages. So let's try to reply to this. Okay, so sometimes it shows you these suggested replies. Okay, so I'm not interested in clicking those. I could add again files from my computer. I could add from Drive. I could set a meeting like what I did here, and I can add emojis. But if you notice in this particular thread, this is a this is a YouTube video. Okay, so one interesting thing about Google Chat is that if you insert a link from YouTube, it's gonna embed the video in your thread. Okay, so what's the difference between rooms and group messages? Well, it's gonna be easier, in my opinion, it's gonna be easier for you to generate discussions and monitor discussions using rooms. It's gonna be a bit more formal, okay? And in this particular example, Okay, in rooms, rather, history is always on, so you can go back to your discussions anytime. Wherein in group messages, you have the option to turn on or off your history. Again, rooms is a more formal space for discussions, and group messages really don't have the capacity to hold discussions in the way that rooms do. Okay, so that's basically the difference between group messages and rooms in Google Chat, and I hope you learned a lot in this video. Thank you.